company website. There is much more going on than meets the eye. The adventure begins here.
Cool.
And that's how trades are done on CS Money. With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine what you win. Use the promo code and dive right in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the StarSeries I-League Season 7 European Qualifier. We're in the second map of our best of three between OpTic and Team Spirit, as Team Spirit were just able to win the first round, or win the first map on overpasses. They did a very, very good job kind of pushing back OpTic's CT side, but now this is OpTic's map pick. They can dictate the pace of this one as they look to start, I imagine, on the CT side respectively. I don't think there are many maps in the pool where you want to start T side. I think an argument can maybe be made for Dust 2 or Cash, but this is a quarterfinals matchup, so OpTic need to win their map pick in order to avoid elimination, as the winner of this game will go up against the winner of Heroic versus Red Reserve, as they are on the same side of the bracket. Team Spirit winning the pistol round, or sorry, not winning the pistol round, winning the knife round. First round that we've ever seen. As they will get to start on that CT side. OpTic will have to show us what they've got in their arsenal on their respective map pick, as they start once on this T side. And maybe this could change things up for OpTic. They saw a little bit more success and a little bit more dependence on individuals on their T side of overpass. So maybe if they get things rolling with a pistol round win here, OpTic could find their stride in this second map. A lot of presence being made towards the top of Mini, as both Coldy and Davcost instantly brought down to low HP on the side of Team Spirit. Oh, but Snappy and Config, they're going to double up Heaven, try and collapse on this A-bomb site. They have players to work with in the area, waiting to pounce. They know that these players are low. Config will swing out wide. Cajun will convert both of the kills as well on that A site. They found 3 in rapid succession as on the rotation, Sophic tries to deal with them, but cannot progress much further. Dima is left alone, will recover the kit, but Jugi will shut him down. It is rather peculiar that it is kind of stop starting in that manner, because it like rapidly accelerates as well. So I'll see if I can deal with that as fast as possible. But OpTic, they convert the pistol round, which is a good thing to start off on, considering they are on that T side. I feel like this map is definitely, through the numerous changes it's gone through, it is now certainly more CT sided, but once you win that pistol round, an 8 to 7 half is somewhat reasonable. Davkos finds the first kill onto Snappy. They're still playing it so patiently. They try and open the door simultaneously. Yugi will convert the double spray down. In fact, Nico stealing the kill away just at the last second. Coldy tries to go unnoticed as Sumdayoung cannot convert the kill. It will be OpTic to take their second round, only sustaining 2 casualties versus that anti-eco. Or in that anti-eco, because they were against the full eco on Team Spirit. So a series of rifles. Davkos will pick up the AWP once again for the Team Spirit side. It seems like he will position himself up on towards the ramp. Will now cover a little bit towards the outside, but Config has already taken down Sotfig, and that may cause them to be a little bit more wary of that outside position. Off the back of that pick, they've deployed a smoke to maybe feign some aggression. Will cause Davkos to hold the edge of it. In fact, that's not an ideal smoke. They throw the wall of smokes at a very, very weird timing. Neither of them really lining up with one another. But they will still collapse on this A-bomb set. The boost came out earlier from Colby, and he's actually found a singular kill. Sumdayoung as well converts, but Davkos now left alone. Trying for the chance spam? Surely not. Oh my, he's almost lining it up. But now, you've spammed a few too many times, Davkos. That's a huge beacon to your location. OpTic will hunt him down and deny him from saving that AWP into this next round. Team Spirit have lost the first 3 rounds as they went for that 3rd round bye. And OpTic seem pretty in tune with what's going on for the side of Team Spirit. Snappy buying up that SMG. Expect him to be at the forefront of this aggression. And in fact, barreling through, it will be Snappy to go on the entry, but just trying to create as much space as possible. It will be Sumdayoung to deny them much foothold towards the ramp position. A few of these players tagged up. GG.Bet 1 bullet away from death, so we'll avoid taking that fight against Sumdayoung. They will now secure the plant on this B-bomb site. Sumdayoung has changed up his attacking location, repositioning towards secret. Config not even really peeking the angle will allow Sumdayoung to progress a little bit closer to this bomb. But we line him up. Config had the superior angle. But you never spectate. As much of an inkling as I had that Config was going to win that duel, you always spectate the 1 versus 3. Team Spirit 0, OpTic 4. It seems like the stop-start lag has somewhat stopped. I'm hoping it stays that way, but I feel like the caster's curse gets talked about a few times. Maybe I should have just never acknowledged it, and it would never happen. Ooh, Sotfig. He's in a really good position to at least hear the progress from OpTic towards that outside position, but down secret they go, and it's not gone as silently as they would have potentially liked, making it very, very quick towards this bomb site. Dima sits right above them. They'll go on towards the site. Config is immediately dealt with. He'll find the spray onto Cajun as well. 2 kills for Dima as he tries to stay on this catwalk. He has teammates to cover the push as well, so can potentially divide the attention. As it will just be Nico and Yugi to try and claw things back. The smoke will deny Yugi from pushing further forward. As Nico just tries to draw as much attention as possible. Davkos will line up the shot. He was pre-aiming that angle earlier on. He's peeked right into his hand. Yugi. Ooh. He almost drew him into his spray there. Yugi rattled off a few shots. Nobody on the side of OpTic anywhere near. But then, seeing that, he saw that Dima just wanted to challenge, get that 3rd kill, and he's able to do so. So, fantastic round from Dima. able to hold down that B-bomb site, just getting those first 2 kills. You saw how stagnated OpTic got as soon as they lost those bodies. As they get their first CT round together, OpTic will now try to answer back and reset the money bonus on the side of Team Spirit. Keeping as many weapons as they did alive as well is significantly important. Or sorry, it seems redundant for me to say that, but it's very important that Team Spirit did keep those weapons because it allows them to build up an economy on that CT side. It is a lot more difficult to sustain and hold on to your money as a CT player. You're kind of expending a lot of utility early. But Cajun, with that lurk out of door, finding the headshot onto Coldy, playing a little bit of peekaboo, but they've got a man advantage. Team Spirit to fight back. Oh, and Sotfik and Davkost are suddenly thrust in a 2 versus 5 as Nico and Cajun take down 2 of their teammates. With the odds stacked against them, they're just going to try and position themselves for a few exits, maybe the save if possible. Davkost will deal with the first player pushing him. Jugi to fall. Config trying to jump across. But I think Davkost has brought enough attention to himself that Sotfik is going to be able to deal with this, or Davkost. The timing is not ideal. I think Cajun's... Nope, Sotfik will deal with Cajun. He, in fact, doubled back to fight Sotfik. But now losing as many weapons as this, OpTic really should not pursue any further. Yeah. Now, the money for OpTic is not fantastic. Granted, they got the bomb plant as well as the round win. The bonus is there, but they don't have much residual cash coming into this next round. Certainly a struggle so far for the Team Spirit camp. The round that they won in the way that they did certainly helps them afford proper weaponry in this round. Team Spirit, ooh, that Molotov deployed will deny OpTic from getting down Secret. In fact, the smoke's still doing its job, really. But the gap a little bit larger than it otherwise should be. OpTic will not pursue outside control. Instead, will set themselves up towards a lobby. Molotov will flush some Young out of position. Does have a Mag 7 in his hands, so wants to play up close and personal, but Colby, he's playing up close himself. He will go 1-for-1. Dima will trade out. Snappy to answer right back, but Cajun B and Snappy are at a man disadvantage. Softpick catching them out as Cajun 1 versus 3. The bomb drop. Davkost will hold the angle with the ult. And Team Spirit will get another round to their name on this CT side. I think even if in the hypothetical world where Team Spirit are able to get 10 rounds together on CT, I don't think OpTic will be too disappointed. Granted, they obviously don't want to concede 8 rounds in a row, but 10-5 is still a very respectable scoreline on the T side. So long as you're able to kind of pick up pistol on CT. I think that is the... It does somewhat hinge on that fact. I think, obviously, if you are going to... I talked about force buying on the CT side of Overpass. I think teams certainly value doing that on Nuke as well, but just because if you have a main AWP player, it can be a huge benefit to you. Dima, he was the only player towards ramp. Config immediately finding the shot. Davkost on the rotation will at least find a kill in response. And OpTic seem to be losing numbers rather consistently when they go for these hits. They've gotten the bomb down, however, and that applies a little bit more pressure onto the Team Spirit camp. They need to start picking up the pace. They do have kits to work with as well as a fair amount of utility, but Yugi trying to push further for this kill. Sotfik will take him down. It's now onto Cajun B and Snappy, and Cajun is stuck in a really terrible spot, stuck between 2 awful angles, but he'll make the best of the situation, finds the first headshot. Sotfik will answer back, and Snappy still plays on the site. Coldy will eventually open the door. They'll get on the defuse. And Team Spirit will... Got a little bit close there. I think he had maybe 3 seconds to give if he didn't get on the bomb just there, but Team Spirit are able to get their 3rd round together on that CT side, and once again, the money not looking too good for OpTic. You can half buy into this round once again. Be a couple of... or a quadra of deagles. Nico not buying anything. Trying to save that money. Ooh. Config's found an entry on Sophic outside. The deagle's all he needs, only sustains 4 damage. I imagine from a grenade, Davkos will answer in kind. So OpTic, they have established themselves towards that outside position. How has GG.Bet just been tagged down to? I imagine he was dinked through the side of the wall. I'm not gonna lie, Auto Director has been absolutely useless. Usually at least gets some kills, but it is consistently getting nothing. It's really disappointing. Dima though, pressure towards ramp. He'll start walking on through. He'll line up the first. Nico, if he's dealt with, yeah, the spray down is successful. Dima gets all 3. Even swaps out to a deagle for a good measure. But, ooh, Yugi. He'll make things a little bit more expensive for Team Spirit. He finds the headshot onto Sun Da Young. And if he can take this AWP out of the hands of Davkos, that's a huge, huge benefit for him. He can recover that AWP, recover the bomb as well. But I imagine, now that he's picked up this weapon, just looking for one more kill, and if he can save this AWP, it will definitely be worth it. Oh, the timing doesn't work out. I think it was Coldy in hot pursuit. Yeah, Yugi will concede this round, but he'll be happy that he's picked up the AWP. Doesn't have to invest it into this next round. Definitely worth it. As he was probably going to buy up the AWP anyway on that T side. The Team Spirit have brought the lead within 1. They could definitely tie things up. They haven't been tied up in this game since, well, the start of the game, where they're at 0-0. Looking to even out the playing field, but OpTic have other plans. A full buy in their arsenal, a lot of utility that they can work with. Smokes deployed outside as well will allow Yugi to push further and further up with this AWP, but they've made a lot of presence towards that A side. In fact, making their way down vent. Team Spirit. Yeah, Davkos is here to prevent them from pushing further out, but I think they've bypassed him altogether. They're making their way onto the bomb site, and in fact, planting the bomb. Config will finally get it down for the OpTic lineup, and this is very, very peculiar. A 5 versus 5 retake where it wasn't even a full-on vents dive. 1-for-1 exchange as Cajun found that opening kill. Coldy answers back. But they're playing this out so slow, Team Spirit. They're all towards ramp as well. Sophic needs to open things up and really be a supporting member on this retake. They found a number of kills, however. Nico will eventually deal with Sophic, but they're running out of time. They need to go quickly. They'll get on the defuse. Coldy has to stick it. Sun Da Young cannot cover, but everybody dies in this round. And although OpTic win the round, that's definitely an expensive one for both sides. The money, not fantastic for either of them. They will both force right back. The weapons of choice include shotguns, SMGs, and pistols on the side of Team Spirit, whereas primarily rifles and the singular SMG in the hands of Snappy. And a number of players on the side of Team Spirit do not have head armor, so that MAC-10 can certainly shred through, given the headshot. Extremely scrappy round in the previous. Team Spirit, I think, taking just a little bit too much time, respecting some of the lurk potential from OpTic, considering they got down vents somewhat scot-free. And it is certainly peculiar that, given the circumstances, Team Spirit have conceded that B site. Dima is here with the M4. Will try his best to prevent the push, but is this gun pushing out? Sticking just a little bit out? Yeah, I was going to say, I was pretty sure he was exposed from a number of positions there. Coldie will come in on the flank, however, and in fact kills Sum Dai Young as collateral damage. SoftFic will at least answer back and make things into a 2 versus 3. Coldie UMP in hand. It doesn't fancy his chances, and SoftFic tag down low as well. They will back away, try and hold on to these weapons. It would have been good if Coldie had maybe recovered a rifle into this following, but fortunately, I imagine the kill happened a little bit at range, so couldn't get there in time. OpTic will probably be able to cover it as a result. Maybe hunt for that trade kill, but because the money is so poor for both teams, I think they'll let each other save respectively. Small gentleman's agreement, as OpTic will get a 7th round together on this T side of Nuke. Showing us so far why this is their map pick, and it is a little bit interesting that OpTic have such a big spread of kind of kills between their players. I think it's certainly interesting as well watching Team Spirit play. It seems like everyone is able to contribute at different times, but there'll be rounds where they're just not able to click and not able to establish dominance together, and it ultimately costs them. Ooh, Davkos. He's pushed aggressively with the AWP. He'll get one, but ultimately traded out. Dima will recover the AWP. Will not hit the shot, as they're looking to avoid that big green gun on the side of Team Spirit. They will try and collapse onto that A bomb site. SoftFic is dealt with. And up top, dropping on top of him, Coldie finds Cage in B. Yugi has somehow been able to weasel his way out with the timing, as Sum Dai Young and Dima are all that remain for the Team Spirit defense. But I certainly think this is a possible situation. Dima dropping the AWP towards Sum Dai Young will allow him to escape towards CT spawn, as Dima hunts for one more kill if possible. And Snappy does not want to give... Oh, okay. He's gonna... If Snappy pushed a little bit further forward, he would have probably been able to take that AWP out of the hands of Sum Dai Young. If only he knew. But going back to recover the AK-47, definitely more of a positive for OpTic in this round. The SMG not going to hold too much longevity, as Team Spirit are able to muster together a buy in this next round. 4-8, Team Spirit. They've been down for most of this game. They had the opportunity to tie things up, but ultimately OpTic, seeing that chance arise, have been flawless ever since, winning 3 in a row and looking to make it a 4th. Definitely have more utility available for them in this round. A very fast Molotov deployed towards the top of hut, as well as the fast smokes outside. Will be a 1-for-1 exchange in that outside position. Coldie will get one onto Yugi as well. Sum Dai Young will answer as well. But it's suddenly Cajun in a 1 versus 3, and Coldie will get the double kill for the round and close it out for Team Spirit. As just as I talk about OpTic getting a 4th round potentially in a row, Team Spirit find their form and are able to pick one of these players off between different parts of the map. OpTic have fully forced into this round. Only 2 rounds remaining. They're kind of hedging their bets between the two of them. If they win this round, then they somewhat guarantee a 10th round on that T side. So I definitely see merit in it. But it certainly makes things a little bit easier for Team Spirit in these last 2. As the weaponry and utility isn't ideal. A little bit of damage exchanged towards the ramp. Dima, cannot make it around the corner fast enough, but the smoke deployed. He will escape. Davkos to punish Config for an aggressive peek, as Dima will get one as well. Coldy sits on the B bomb site. Oh, a fantastic tap from him. He's found two. Dima, he'll push on through the smoke as Nico will try to win this back in a 1 versus 5. Coldy will shut him out and get the triple kill for Team Spirit. A pause will be called by Team Spirit. Actually, I don't know by who. I'm assuming Team Spirit for some reason. It has certainly been a bit of a roller coaster. Seems like Team Spirit, when they're able to win these rounds, it doesn't come down to just one player going completely off. Where I feel as OpTic are relying on some of the clutching ability of their individual players. Like finding a, I don't mean 1vx clutch situations. I'm talking more in a 4 versus 4 getting a huge impact kill. But I digress. Last round of the half. Team Spirit looking to make this a close half, the very least on their CT side. They cannot get an advantage going into the second half. They certainly can get as close as they can to tying things up. Already down towards that B bomb side. Dima will rotate over. The smoke deployed. He'll beat past it. Dinks config immediately as he jumps and tries to take Sanctuary in the smoke. Dima still pressured. Still trying to reload and position himself to be a nuisance for that OpTic lineup. But ultimately he will fall. And nobody was anywhere close to rotating on the side of Team Spirit and helping him out. OpTic get the bomb down, but it will once again be a 3-man rotation through ramp. In fact, is it all 4? It is all 4 for the Team Spirit side. They have kits to work with, they have utility. The GG.Bet has recovered the M4 and answers with a singular kill. SumDaeYoung has got 2 for himself as suddenly it's Yugi to be the hero in this round. Oh, never mind. That's an unfortunate way to lose. Yugi gets hit in the pelvis with a grenade, and he cannot peek out fast enough. The grenade finishes the job, and OpTic will get 8 rounds together as Team Spirit are able to somewhat recover this half on their CT side. Down 5-1 at one point. Certainly a good start. And if they win this T-side pistol, there's certainly a chance that they get to dictate the pace coming into the second. A smoke and 2 flashbangs being brought up by Team Spirit. Sophic has already deployed all of that utility, however, trying to feign some aggression towards the inner bomb site as they chase aggressively towards GG.Bet. Nico will get the first kill, but Dima will answer back as they eventually spot out GG.Bet, but the bomb is dropped outside. They need to now be in full recovery mode here. Yugi finding that crucial kill at SumDaeYoung will eventually pick up the package. They're now looking to double back. I think the idea was maybe to wrap towards Heaven and split that A site. Because of the presence made by OpTic, they need to rethink their strategy. Dima already getting spotted out, pushing into radio. SumDaeYoung will lead the charge, however, gets the first onto Snappy. The second not lining up. Dima will also fall as Nico has gone for a triple kill in this round. Davcost. Oh no, this is... Door stuck. Cannot get towards the bomb. He's just aggressively spamming E, Nico. Whatever you're selling, I don't want any. They'll double up, they'll go for the peak, and Yugi will shut him out. OpTic pick up the pistol round on their CT side. So OpTic, winning that round, will actually invest into 2 shotguns and 2 SMGs, as well as a scout. Team Spirit Not buying up anything. Definitely the right approach in this round. Young will buy up the P250 just because he did get a kill. And that will be the case in this round as well. Recovering the shotgun. If he gets another kill with the shotgun, then this is 100% worth. I mean, it's already worth. He's already paid for the P250. Question is, does he get the additional bonus money from the shotgun? Ooh, the timing just working against him. Nico will actually stand on the ladder. The inaccuracy with the shotgun while on the ladder isn't... I mean, it's definitely not good, but it's not the worst. Like, an AK on the ladder is one of the most inaccurate things ever, as far as I'm aware. As it should be. Because if somebody goes down a ladder in Pop Dog on train and shoots me while on the ladder, I'm very, very sad about everything that has happened. What isn't sad, however, is that OpTic have gotten themselves to double digits as they've started this CT side off rather well, dealing with the first 2 rounds of Team Spirit. They now fight against the full buy. But it's only a 3-round deficit. If Team Spirit are able to get this one together, the money isn't far and away in OpTic's favor. Still hold on to some of these weapons in the previous round. In fact, still investing the double shotgun. Despite the fact that Nico could have maybe dropped over the shotgun, and then that way Config wouldn't have to buy a weapon, and then Nico could upgrade. They decide, no. The auto shotguns will work, or they'll make it work at the very least. Yugi, however, has found the first kill with the scout. As he holds outside, almost lining up the second, just narrowly a miss. Tries to adjust in time for Sopfix peak, but they've lost 2 players, OpTic, as they have taken some aggression towards the A site as well as outside. Config cannot hold things down with the auto shotgun, and Nico barreling up through. Gets one, but Young will spam through the hut to finish him off. Team Spirit convert the first gun round on their T side. Team Spirit obviously looking to shut OpTic out of this best of 3, winning the first map on Overpass. But Nuke is OpTic's pick. They've got the win rate to kind of back up that decision. The slow and passive approach from both teams. Smokes now deployed as well outside. These are the smokes that are basically default smokes on the side, or on the terrorist side. I think that's really the biggest tell, is if a team doesn't play Nuke, is that they do not throw outside smokes. And it's such a pivotal piece. Yugi has been a pivotal piece for OpTic so far on the CT side, finding consistent picks with those scoped weapons. In fact, tagging down Davkost as well, legging him either through the wall or, well, maybe he took an arrow to the knee. Either way, Young and Davkost, very low HP. Are they already setting themselves up to save? Yeah, they're already not liking their chances. Coldie's in absolute enemy territory here. His teammates have retreated to T-spawn. He's been completely abandoned. And Cajun... I don't think Cajun fully registered what was happening. He spotted him out, but did not react. Coldie will get the kill. He's just trying to save his weapon if he can. This is basically a 1 versus 4, as I imagine OpTic are going to shut him out from pulling this round from under their feet. Or holding onto that weapon. I think they recognize where he is as well. Now that time has expired, I'd maybe like to see Nico get aggressive. keeping 3 alive is kind of the magic number as far as holding onto weapons to the next round, but not playing too greedy. OpTic will allow him to save those, or allow Team Spirit to save those 3 weapons as they look to reset. The start of that round did not go ideally for them, so despite the fact that they won 1 round, OpTic immediately answer back and get to their 11th. Team Spirit, money now broken on their T side. Obviously winning the 1 round, immediately it being answered by OpTic. And losing the subsequent, they are now forced onto just pistols. But they're feigning some aggression inside very early on, and in fact, I think Nico caught off guard initially. Nico breaking, or SoftVic breaking the window so late. Certainly expecting the push to come out a few seconds later, and Dima's actually got the bomb down. That's basically a round win for Team Spirit, because they get the additional money. Although Dima plays up close and maybe has the potential to pull a few more weapons away, they'll definitely be happy with that bomb being planted, getting that additional money together as they look to answer back with their own gun round in round 22. Rifles galore for the T side. OpTic have shown across both maps engagement angles very, very far range. They favor these AUGs, but Dima, AUG or not, the AK still superior on that first bullet headshot. Davkos tagged down extremely low, and in fact just narrowly dodging the bullets of GG.Bet. They've lost some foothold, they've lost their foothold of that B bomb site, as now Team Spirit are going to push on through. Utility deployed, Molotovs flushing players out of position. Snappy cannot prevent anything from transpiring. Nico will have to pull things up on the flank, and in fact he does. But Dima, he's played close at ramp. Cajun cannot answer back because of the smoke, and in fact, pushing around the corner, Davkos holds the angle. Team Spirit are being very, very methodical in their approach, anticipating the rotations here from OpTic. And as this is a 2 versus 4, we'll see similar scenes. OpTic going for the save very, very early on, a very quick decision as the bomb was planted. Sorry, was I not speaking? That's unfortunate. That is extremely unfortunate. I was... Anyway. Team Spirit. Very, very good job in that round, playing things out slow. Anticipating the movements of OpTic. Holding the angle. We saw Davcost holding the... after Dima got that pick towards ramp, immediately falling off the angle because Davcost was holding it, and he's able to capitalize and punish Cajun.B because of that fact. Team Spirit, once they got down secret, just fortified the position, just played the round out slow and allowed OpTic to kind of prod for information, try and get a little bit of ground on that B-bomb site. That will allow Team Spirit to get their 9th on the board. But as we've seen across both maps, the scoped rifles, definitely a huge, or at least the preference here on the OpTic camp. Though, despite that being their preference, they haven't really pulled up anything significant with those scoped rifles in a while. Nothing that would hinge on the fact that they had an AUG as opposed to an M4. Snappy will get a nice kill, however. Yugi pushing aggressively through secret. But Coldy, I think, yeah, he's holding this angle right into his crosshair. Yugi to fall. And OpTic are once... Okay, not even a 2 versus 4. I was going to say once again they're in a 2 versus 4 because OpTic are just getting picked apart one by one. Isolated engagements every single time. Nico now the last remaining. So he will try his best to hold on to what little he has. A smoke, a kit, head armor, and an AK-47. But Nico is dealt with. Dima will take him down, and Team Spirit get to a 10th round. Bring the lead within 3. As OpTic have now allowed Team Spirit to get 2 rounds in a row. That will mean that their economy is certainly hurting. We'll only upgrade a few pistols. A bit of armor picked up by Nico as well. We'll just have to see how this goes for OpTic. They will stack towards that ramp position. Team Spirit have shown a little bit of presence here. In fact, when they've lost a singular player towards the A-bomb site or outside, Team Spirit will usually respond by either double pushing or having their lurker push out ramp. There's definitely chances for OpTic to get at least 1 kill here. That will mean Config is the only person preventing them from getting onto that A-bomb site, but Team Spirit haven't been too fast on these plays. We saw Overpass their T-side. They were just rushing and running at OpTic, and OpTic could do little to nothing about it. Instead, it will be slower and calmer play on Nuke. They've definitely made the right read here. Playing the round out slowly, walking all the way. There's nobody close on the OpTic side towards this B-bomb site. Now, glass being broken. Molotov as well as smoke deployed. Prevent them from either even getting a singular bullet to land or any sort of tag damage. Config now dealt with on the A-bomb site as well as Sun Dae-young finds him pushing through lobby. But they're now going to try and hunt down Sun Dae-young. They're committing 3 people to the cause. They'll barrel through the smoke. Sun Dae-young will line up the second. Cajun.B dealt with. The third almost there, but running out of ammo. Sun Dae-young re-evaluated the spray as Snappy lands the headshot. That AK can now be recovered, and Nico will try and get away with that if possible. All the way down back to T-spawn. So it's about damage control now for Team Spirit, preventing more casualties. And they've really put that on the best player possible. Nico has the armor as well. I imagine that was a big part of the decision to give him that weapon. But no more will fall at the hands of OpTic. Only the 1 weapon recovered. OpTic will still be able to buy. I've certainly enjoyed watching Team Spirit kind of win these rounds off an individual level, considering I do kind of, maybe this is just my own personal bias or just from what I've seen, but I definitely rate the individuals on the side of OpTic higher or above those of Team Spirit. I think that is certainly fair to say. There were a lot of expectations of this OpTic lineup when they first formed, but they've gone through a fair amount of struggles. The Team Spirit, when they've played these rounds out slow, they're not afraid to just take those fights, and they anticipate a lot of the rotations on OpTic's CT side. Team Spirit are obviously not a side to be put down, however. They're certainly very, very confident. We see them, or competent, sorry. We see them in a number of qualifiers beating and upsetting quite a few teams, or at least winning rounds that you otherwise wouldn't expect. And really, it's been a pleasure to watch this kind of transpire from both sides. But now, 11-13, the pause will be lifted. We'll see another round coming through. Full buys on both sides, a lot of equipment as well available. Yugi, he'll go for a very aggressive play outside, will not be able to capitalize off the opportunity, however. Just spotting just a little bit of his shoulder. Probably going to be happy he got away with that one, the wall preventing any sort of damage. Once again, a very slow approach from Team Spirit. The smoke's deployed to allow SopFix some room to get down secret. OpTic now have to honor that possibility. Nico laying in the ladder. Config will get the first. He has teammates to support, however, but they are not progressing on through. Yugi has found a kill outside as well. Config will spring into action as the Molotov comes through, and suddenly SopFik and Davcost are in recovery mode here. Yugi will get SopFik as Davcost with the AWP will get taken out by Cajun.B. He'd made his way out of the door, but really, Team Spirit just getting picked apart sequentially on the site hit. As soon as they lost their entry player, things just kind of stagnated, and because Yugi simultaneously got that kill outside, Team Spirit looked a little bit lost on the take, not able to get the spacing correct to find those trade frags. OpTic are able to get to a 14th round, and Team Spirit will once again reinvest. That nade could do a little bit of damage here, yep. Not quite as much as I had hoped, given the positions that Team Spirit were in when the nade was initially thrown. I feel like nades always disappoint me. That's not true. Like when someone throws a very meaty top-mid grenade on Mirage, that is... It fills me with so much joy. Team Spirit are doing what they haven't done in a little while here. Yugi, however, is here to prevent them from pushing too far forward. He's gotten a second on the no-scope. Coldy down to a low HP as well. Davcost and Sumdai Young. Davcost will try and answer back onto Config as he's tagged down as well. The flash comes through. That's fantastically done by Nico, actually, using the other side of the vent, the new open entry, to flash up Davcost. And Sumdai Young, Yeah, 25 seconds remaining. Bomb dropped. There's 0 chance of him winning this round. He might be able to get 1 or 2 more kills, but now giving up his location, the odds are looking slimmer and slimmer, and in fact, OpTic will take a 15th round. They're looking to force a map 3 here, OpTic, as they did lose Overpass. Can we talk about odds? Oh, it says pistol round. That is... Either way, OpTic are certainly looking to force a map 3 here. I believe the third map would be Mirage, I want to say. Team Spirit trying to hold on. Config actually catches Sofik out. Sofik threw the smoke or through the Molotov and thought it was just all over. Config will eventually be dealt with as they answer in a 1-for-1 exchange. Coldy pushes that advantage. It's now a 4-on-3. The B bomb site is certainly open for business, but there are players relatively close. Cajun B is the only one that can prevent any progress for Team Spirit, but as he goes for the peek and the bomb gets clicked, Nico and Dima will exchange kills. Nico eating a lot of damage from that grenade as well. OpTic are just going to concede this round, as I believe Nico is setting up to save already. And yes, so I've just got confirmation. The third map would then be Mirage. If it does get that far. Team Spirit could obviously still claw back, force an overtime, and win OpTic's map pick. But that's not looking like the most likely scenario. So, Nico's able to get away with his life. We'll be able to drop a weapon over as well to Config, as he's the one that is the most lacking. OpTic will get a full buy together. There's similar stories for Team Spirit. They cannot make, or cannot afford to make any budget cuts. And there's very little in terms of changing the pace up for Team Spirit on this T side. I definitely think they don't want to they don't want to give up the fact that they either don't have a lot of utility, or they don't want to get into a position where they get to a site but they haven't deployed any of their utility. It can be often a little bit difficult to use your grenades in the post plant just because you don't want to be pulling out nades when you're holding certain angles. But this will be a good start for Team Spirit in this round. They dry swing into Nico and get the first kill. Config has answered with 2 big kills, however. He gets a third as well. As he's shut out the round, Snappy will deal with Sofik, and it will be 16-12. OpTic have clawed their way back, or have brought themselves back, sorry. They're not clawed. They've definitely done a good job on Nuke. Things were looking a little bit shaky on Overpass, but that was Team Secret's, or Team Secret, what am I even saying? Team Spirit's map pick. OpTic winning their respective map pick as well. That does mean we'll be moving into Mirage as the final decider map. But we'll have to go to a quick break before that can happen. Don't go anywhere as we try to conclude this quarterfinals game between OpTic and Team Spirit on Mirage.
Did you know that when you make a trade on CS Money website, there is much more going on than meets the eye? The adventure begins here. And that's how trades are done on CS Money.
With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine